All right, give it to me.
The following contains offensive language and spoilers. Listener discretion is advised. Shoot, baby. Shoot, baby.
Salt and pepper, old school. Not too old school, like 90s.
Here I go again. What's your weakness, Leroy?
Man. What was I doing? You back on podcast. Okay. Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies and Nursery Booking host, Leroy, aka remember in all caps, say the man's name. Spell the man's name.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I know that line with my co-host.
This is Eli, aka Infected Voice.
There you go. It was remember to spell the man name. That's what it was. We're gonna talk about that in a second. We're gonna come back.
Remember all caps when you spell the man name.
Right. See, here's the thing, Eli. They don't know what we're talking about. They don't know what we're talking about.
Don't.
They don't.
But to those who do, shout out.
Shout out to you. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
And also shout out to the AI. So yeah.
Oh shit. Speaking of Doombots.
Speaking of Doombots, we're gonna go back. And yeah, we're back with an episode. And as you can hear, my esteemed colleague Eli is having some issues. He's under the weather right now. But that's okay. He's playing hurt tonight. He's playing injured.
I'm coming out from under.
This is his flu game. This is Jordan flu game. Now, Eli, if you don't know this reference, that in 1998, Michael Jordan played in the NBA Finals under the flu. They say it was the flu, but honestly, I think it was cocaine in white women. That's just me. But we don't want to spoil the mystique, so.
Hey, they're both hard to get over,
They're both hard to get over, so yeah. So this is Eli's Cocaine and White Women Game podcast right here.
Yeah, it's been rough. Been a rough week, man.
All right. Now, Eli, before we get into the main event, did you get a chance to check out the Olympics?
I have not, no.
Not at all. No,
I was in a coma for like 3 days.
I know it was rough for you, so I know you didn't check it out. So the whole world is playing sports right now. So we're not talking about politics or any of the bullshit like that. Like the world, we're ignoring all that right now. All we're talking about is the Olympics. And for some reason, I'm gonna just give a rundown about what happened right now. For some reason, one of the Olympic torch carriers was Snoop Dogg.
Oh, yeah.
I
heard about that.
Yeah,
and Gojira was at the opening ceremony. Now, and Gojira the band, not Gojira, our boy, the monster.
I didn't think Godzilla was going to be there, but yeah.
I was like, damn.
So that's thing. So the only sport I'm keeping up right now is basketball. And right now they're running through the competition. Like, I don't know why they sent LeBron James over there to beat up on, South Sudan or Serbia or whatever shit like that. Now, why is you never see LeBron James and this guy in the same room at the same time?
Oh shit!
That's all sad. Now you know what, Eli? But there's one thing I want to talk about. Let's tie this in the comments. Because one thing that I am upset about because we took so long to get back to the Olympics, my boy's not in it. Michael Phelps.
Oh, that's your boy?
That's my boy. That's my boy. Okay. You know why that's my boy?
No, I don't.
Because I just found out that Michael Phelps is a mutant.
Okay.
Yeah, let me explain it. I just found this out. It's weird. Okay, so he was born with some kind of like condition where his
wings on his feet,
like wings on his feet, elf ears and shit. Like, not quite. Maybe he does. I don't know. But he was born with a condition where his muscles literally don't fatigue like normal humans do. Well, I won't say normal humans, but like everybody else does. So like the acid. Like when we get acid in our muscles that make us not want to work out and get fatigued and shit like that.
Oh, what's that? What's that when they cramp or whatever? When you get that feel that burn? What's that shit called? That shit. That shit. He doesn't get that. Okay.
Yeah. So that means that he can train harder than like regular people like you and me can. Or when he's in the water swimming, things like that, and we're swimming and we're like, oh shit, I got a cramp, or oh, I'm getting tired, I'm getting exhausted. That doesn't happen to him. So that's why he's got all those damn medals. Well, I'm trying to see if I can see the picture again. Like, that's why he got all that shit on him right there. Because
it does look like chainmail.
Yeah, like chainmail. That's all his gold medals.
And he does look like Namor.
He does like Namor. Is that fair, Eli? Is that fair that he's a fucking mutant? Swimming against everybody. So fucking mutie. Anyway, that's all we're talking about. I just want to get that out the way. Just talk about that. We can move on past that. we're gonna talk about the movie now. I know everybody's here to talk about the movie. We're gonna talk about the movie. What my thoughts are. Eli, like I said, he's been under the weather.
Yeah, I didn't get to do nothing. I didn't do shit this
So
week.
that's the way. So basically, what I'm gonna do is just spoil every single thing in this movie.
It's already been spoiled. I already know everything.
So every Power Ranger showed up. You know.
Yeah, I know. I saw the Ryan Reynolds panel. I saw everybody jumped on stage. I'm like, oh, okay.
They wasted no time like the day of, but yeah.
Yeah.
and plus, the internet just loves to be assholes to just spoil it for everybody also. So we're just gonna get into it. Oh, but but before we get into it, I want to talk about something. Let's talk about the box office results because I'm not even gonna bore you with what's the number one movie of the week. We know what the number one movie of the week. But what I did want to do, since we're like halfway through 2024, I did want to talk about like what's the top 10 movies of the year so far, and where Deadpool and Wolverine ranks in that like already. So let's talk about that. So this is worldwide. Boom. Let's see if I'm gonna move that out the way because honestly, I can't even remember what it was. Let's see. Get that out the way. Okay, so
Dune part. Oh, this is like so far. Okay.
So far for the year, yeah. So Inside Out 2 is the only $1 billion movie of the year.
Okay.
Yeah. Dune Part 2, Dune Part 2. Yeah, people when I saw that movie. Yeah. Despicable Me 3, of course. People see that shit. Godzilla plus Kong. So we got that. Kung Fu Panda. I thought that was gonna be higher, but yeah, it's cool. So and Deadpool and Wolverine is already at number 6 in just the weekend.
Just the weekend, huh?
Just the weekend. So it is already outgrossed the Marvel. Like in its entire run. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, people like that. Bad Boys, like I said, that's one of my top of the list on there also. And number 9, Quack, that came out? Okay, cool.
Yeah, it came out a couple weeks ago, wasn't it?
Did it? Okay, I know.
And
Garfield. So that's your list. That's your top 10 movies of the year right now. So, like I said, kind of a low list. They only had $1 billion movie so far. Well, you're gonna have 2 with the way Deadpool is looking right now. And the thing is that it's not just that it's doing 400 million already. It's that it's doing 400 million and it's getting good word of mouth. Now, a lot of these Marvel movies shoot out the gate like that. It's no big deal. Like Ant-Man 3 did those numbers the first weekend, but then word of mouth got out there, and it was like, yeah, and it just stayed there, But Deadpool looked like it might end up being the highest grossing R-rated movie of all time, which I think Joker has that record.
Okay,
but it looks like Deadpool's coming for that record. All right, so Eli, like I said, you haven't seen the movie, but what have you been hearing as far as like not what people are saying about the movies? Like what chatter are you hearing online right now? Or
I've been hearing good things. Everyone loves it. Says it's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Bunch of cameos, a lot of fan service.
Mm-hmm.
That it's a good time, basically. That's pretty much what I've been hearing.
Pretty much my review. Yeah. I was just going to say the exact same thing. I mean, like I said, I know people are coming out here. I know plenty of people are saying like it's the greatest movie of all time. It's their favorite movie. Marvel is back. Marvel, this save Marvel, and all stuff like that. And honestly, I came out the movie. I was like, not like I said, this is me putting on my movie critique. Is it real cinema? And all stuff like that. Now, what I want to say about this movie is that for what it's trying to do, it did it almost to perfection for what it's trying to do. Like I said, this is not a movie trying to appeal to everybody. There are some people going to walk into the movie like, nah, this wasn't it. But for the audience it's made for, then this movie is tailor-made for the audience it's made for. It's the movie. Everything they're looking for, it gave it to them. This movie has, like I said, this is the first R-rated Disney movie, like main Disney movie. It's the first one. Like we're not talking about New Line Cinema and all that shit like that. No, first Disney movie with the Disney moniker.
Or when they own Miramax.
I said not that. No, this is R-rated right here, and it's under Disney. First MCU movie. So you're thinking that okay, is it going to be neutered, watered down? Eli, it is not. This is just as raunchy as it's ever been. This may be the raunchiest Deadpool movie. And then I think about it, they really do something like, whoa, they did that, and it ain't that like they did like really sexual shit. It's just like the jokes they're playing. It's a lot of internet jokes. Like I honestly can see parents asking their kids what was that joke meant, and they're gonna explain to them on TikTok. What do we got here? I thought the Olympic opening. Honestly, I didn't see it. All I saw was Snoop wanting to smoke the blunt. That's all I saw. That was the flag bearer. And what do we got here? Leroy, can you move.
Answer him.
I did. I'm sorry. Damn, don't beat my ass, man. I'm trying to answer
me.
Swear to me. What was I talking about the movie? Okay, so like I said, it's just as vulgar and raunchy as always been, just as bloody as it's always been. The fight scenes are awesome in this movie, Eli. I was trying to figure out where the hell were these fight choreographers in like the last 5 Marvel movies. Where are these guys? I need these guys on Black Panther 3. Whoever the fuck get the fight scenes for this movie. They need to be on Black Panther 3 right now. Start scripting that shit and just work a script around that shit. That's what I want right now.
Well, they like those it started with what? Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
Where that they had that cool, they started bringing like real stunts and real cool choreography. And that came like the standard for pretty much the MCU. And then it took and then that's pretty much, they started cranking them out on the factory line, and I think they just kind of got stagnant,
Yeah, so, and then they just started doing CGI. Like, why are you doing CGI fight scenes with dudes with no powers? Like, that's just lazy as fuck, At that point, it was just like Marvel got so much money, they just throw money at anything. But now it feels like they're getting back to the basics. Now, that being said, this is one of the most expensive Deadpool movies, but it feels they put money behind it. This is a Deadpool movie with money, What do we got here?
I don't know what that means. But thanks for listening.
Shout out to you too. Yeah. Let's see. Like he what to? Okay, yeah. I'm trying to see why did he speak another language and then spell that in English? Like he wanted to make sure we understood.
No, that's not the same guy.
Oh, that's the same guy. Okay.
Son of God, Jesus loves you. Oh, yeah. All right.
Oh, shout out to you. Okay, what was I talking about in this movie? Okay, like I said, bloody, violence, action, all the stuff like that. Accurate costumes and stuff like that. Like this is accurate Wolverine. So when Hugh Jackman put on Wolverine, you actually, like my mind went to X-Men 97 Wolverine. I wasn't even looking at Hugh Jackman anymore. Like when he put the mask on and the claws, it was going like that. It felt like a live action comic book. All stuff like that. Ryan Reynolds, just as funny as ever. He has some real deep cut jokes in here. Now the thing about this movie is that you got to know the history of the stuff in it. You got to know the Marvel movies. You got to know the Fox Marvel. You got to do your research on the Fox Marvel movies because there's so many jokes in here that's just reference to that franchise, and not just the X-Men movies. All of them, Fantastic Four, Punisher, all that shit. Ghost Rider, all that shit. So you got to know your history.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Did Fox do Ghost Rider?
Did they? I don't know. I kind of threw that in there. I don't know if they did or not. They did do Punisher, and there's a Punisher reference in here. Punisher didn't show up in
here. Not Warzone.
Not Warzone. The one before.
But the other one. What's his name? The popsicle Punisher.
Yeah, that guy. I can't remember his name. People liked him for some reason. I don't know. The one with John Travolta in it. That one. I keep cutting out just hearing. Oh, I don't know.
I hear you.
Okay, good. As long as you hear me, Eli, that's the main thing. But yeah, so that's the thing. So you got to know your history. Not only do you know the history about those movies, you got to know the history of the behind the scenes behind those movies. Like which movie was in development hell, which movie had issues on set, because they make references to those movies in this movie. So I thought this movie was going to just shit on the Fox universe the whole time. It's the exact opposite. This movie was actually a love letter to those Fox movies. Like you watch, you're like, yeah, I remember that. That was a thing. I remember that. So it actually doesn't shit too bad on it. It's almost like a goodbye song. Like, hey, Fox. Okay, I know everybody hates the Fox movies, the Fox Marvel movies. They shit on the worst movies of all time. Marvel saved us from those movies. But we got to remember that Fox walked so Marvel could run. Kevin Feige worked on those movies first. He learned what not to do. But still, he worked on those movies first. And then he came from there. So they weren't all bad movies. They didn't all suck. Y'all say Marvel sucks right now, but sucked for the last 55 years, and it's the best movie they made since they can't shoot like that. Guess what? Everything in this movie is a Fox movie. So technically, Fox is saving Marvel's ass right now. While y'all say these movies suck, What else we got? So, yeah, action, scenes, great scenes, but can I get to my negative right now? I felt kind of hollow walking out of the movie, Eli. I felt like I ate something with empty calories. That's what I felt like. You know how we got real cinema and theme park? This was very much theme park, like all the way through theme park. Because the thing is, there's not really much of a story here. There isn't. It's kind of just an excuse to go here and there and multiverse shenanigans and all this shit like that. And yes, this is I've heard plenty of people on Twitter call this movie fan service the movie, because that's all it's doing is fan service. You just distract people so much because people come out the movies like, oh, this movie the greatest movie I've ever seen, but they never actually talk about the movie. All they do is talk about the cameos and all the shit they seen. This person showed up and that person showed up and this person did this person said this, like that. Okay, what about the movie? They're not paying attention to that. So that's why I'm not going to move, because I felt like they basically were just jangling keys at you so fast that you couldn't even pay attention to what the fuck's going on. So as a movie, honestly, Deadpool 3 is not even a real movie.
Does it have a story? Like, what is the story?
There is a story. I'll tell you the story.
Because from what it sounds like, it sounds like Spider-Man No Way Home.
Okay, so now you go into my next point on that, Eli.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. People are walking this movie saying it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. This is the movie that all the other Marvel movies should have been. But it's pretty much doing the same thing the other Marvel movies did. This is the same plot as Multiverse of Madness.
Okay.
But everybody loved this movie and everybody hated that movie. Even though it's committing the same sins as the same movie. It's the same plot as The Flash. It's the same plot as Spider-Verse. This is a multiverse movie, knee deep, balls deep multiverse. So all that shit like that. People saying, well, Multiverse of Madness has some bullshit ass cameos. These cameos mean something. No, they didn't. These cameos were bullshit also. Half the cameos that showed up, they died. They told the joke and died. There was only one meaningful cameo in this movie, and I spoil it, that they spoiled themselves. X-23. That is the only meaningful actual cameo that add story element and story plot to it that moved the story along. Every other cameo was just, hey, look at that. That's all it was. So when X-23 came in, then the story progressed also, because the thing was, and I'll just tell you her story arc and Wolverine's story arc. Wolverine, basically out of the multiverse, he's the worst Wolverine out of the entire multiverse. Doesn't give a shit, doesn't save people, drinks, sloppy drunk all the time, shit like that. But when he sees X-23, even though he doesn't even know her, never met her before, he instantly straightened up, stopped drinking, got sober, got serious, just because he didn't want to disappoint this girl he never met before, just because, kindred spirit, twin flame, whatever you want to believe in, stuff like that. So, all right, what do we got here? No, I'm going off.
Well, hey, thanks for hanging out, man.
Oh, thanks. go
Elijah. Shout out to Elijah.
Yeah, let us know if you fap to Deadpool again, or don't let us know.
Why was Blade in the movie? Because it was fun.
Yeah, Blade was in the movie too. Yeah, and that's a lot of things. Like, oh, this is the greatest movie of all time because Blade showed up. I'm like, yes, he showed up, but that doesn't make it the greatest movie of all time. That's just a cool cameo. That's all. Which is all it was. It was cool to see that, but I wouldn't say it's the greatest movie of all time just because that happened. I was like, hey, cool, Blade showed up.
Yeah,
not blowing my mind.
It's comic fans going, ooh, I know that shit, and
that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
But even back to sorry to cut you off, but
no.
Far From Home, Spider-Man Far From Home, mm-hmm. At least there was some sort of story arc to that movie. And yes, it was full of all these cameos and references and fan service, but it was at least essential to the story.
Right. So this wasn't that. This was just people showing up. They're stuck in some multiverse void where anybody can show up, Sabretooth or whoever else. And so it's just basically Marvel cameo hour where anybody can show up and it's Deadpool. But here's the thing. Okay. Is that the same guy or somebody else?
What does it say? The end game final battle?
End game final battle? Yeah, that was cool. Why are the rest of the Fantastic Four? Where's the rest of the Fantastic Four in? Where were the rest of the Fantastic Four? They couldn't afford them. There you go. So, but what was I talking about? Oh, okay. I say all that to say this, Eli. Even though it has no plot, it is the Mario cameo hour, and it's fan service and stuff like that, the movie still works. And here's the reason the movie works. The movie works because of these two. Deadpool and Wolverine, not just Deadpool and Wolverine, Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. Their chemistry on screen, their dynamic on screen is so strong, you kind of can just do anything. You can just put them in a situation and just let them go and sit back and just make money. That's pretty much what it is. So that's why I think, so if you want to say what makes this movie versus the Marvels and all stuff like that, it's because of not only the actors, but the stars of the movie. They're so strong, the dynamics are like, you're not going to take your eyes off the screen. Because anything they do, you're paying attention to it. So it doesn't have a story, but this may be blasphemy, Eli. But for this movie, you don't really need a story with these guys, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
I know that's wrong to say, that's blasphemous to say, but I'm saying just in this specific situation, because their chemistry is so strong and the dynamics so strong, it's kind of just, let's just watch these guys just do shit, you know. And even if you did have a meaningful story with it, wasn't just cameo hour at the cameo hour, might have gotten away. I think, you know, and I think that's why so many people are having fun with this movie, because they're not worried about the plot and the story. They're just watching Deadpool saying joke after joke after joke, action scene after action scene after text scene, cameo after cameo, Wolverine chopping up people after chopping up people, the end, everybody go home. And everybody having a good time. Nobody's complaining. So that's my thing about that also. So like I said, I think a lot of people are enjoying this movie a lot more than I did coming out of it. But you know what? I'm glad, Eli, because you know one thing I've learned about the last 5 years is I'm kind of tone deaf to this comic book shit, because you know me, I like all this shit. So when people come out and say this movie sucked, I'm like, what was so bad about it? It just sucked. Like, okay. So the fact is that everybody is happy right now and enjoying themselves, and Marvel is back and all this bullshit like that. Hey, good. I ain't got to argue with anybody. We're all in the same boat. Nobody's arguing. Everybody's having a good time. Everybody's having fun. That's what I like. So if everybody likes this movie and the next movie coming out, that cool. We're all on the same page. So, now there will be one thing I also want to say also. This is the best rendition of Madonna's Like a Prayer I've ever heard. Holy fuck. Really? I almost want to see the movie again just for that.
Oh, because shit.
Yeah.
You haven't heard H2O's version then? No.
I don't know who that is. Is that like Nims or
No, they're like a hardcore band, like a hardcore punk band who did a pretty cool version of that.
Okay.
Yeah, they did Like a Prayer. Yeah.
Now the thing is, Like a Prayer. Now for those, I know a lot of people we know Like a Prayer, but a lot of people don't know Like a Prayer before Deadpool came out with it. Because the thing is about Like a Prayer, for most who don't know, Madonna's version of Like a Prayer actually got banned in the 90s.
Oh yeah, yeah,
it got banned in the night. That's why that song didn't take off, even though it was a great song. One reason, because and I'm gonna tell you why it got banned. It ain't for the reason you think it is. Like, you look at this, okay, Madonna's walking around sex lingerie singing a gospel song. Okay, burning cross in the back in a gospel song. Okay, that's not why it got banned. You know why it got banned, Eli?
Because of Black Jesus.
Because of Black Jesus. There you go. I'm so glad you said that, because I didn't want to sound like I was all militant and, you know, here go Leroy with this shit again. No, Eli said it. Eli said it. I ain't say it. But that's why the shit got banned, because they showed a depiction of Black Jesus, and back in the 90s, that wasn't flying. So yeah. And
yeah,
plus,
well, it didn't even fly on what's happening.
Right. Oh, no.
And that was the 70s.
That was
good times. Good times. Yeah. What's happening? Sorry, I watched a bunch of What's Happening recently. So
great show, but they having a good times. Yeah. So that's my thing about that. So I'm just glad that this movie brought back Like a Prayer, because man, I'll be honest with you, that shit made me emotional, Eli. Even though nothing was happening on screen, just that song.
Life is a me.
Because it wasn't really Madonna doing it. It was like an actual church choir singing a song.
Well, there is a church choir even on her version too.
Yeah, but it's like amped up on this version. I heard Madonna this one. They really go for it, you know.
That's cool.
Yeah, something like that. So overall, like I said, do I recommend this movie? Yes, I do recommend Deadpool Wolverine if you are part of I recommend this movie if you've seen the first movies. If you haven't seen the first movies, I don't know why you would watch the movie. If half the jokes you wouldn't catch, you wouldn't even understand. If this is my first Marvel movie, you're not going to understand anything Deadpool saying. He's just speaking gibberish to you. But if you've seen those two movies and you're familiar with the Marvel shit, and you're familiar with all the Fox bullshit and the drop movies and the disputes they had and all stuff like that, yeah, you'll enjoy the movie. You have a good time. If you're like really into this shit, this might be your favorite Marvel movie. Like, period.
Well, the Deadpool movies are some of my favorite Marvel movie.
Right. Now, I'll be honest with you, like, even though all the shit I talk, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna let him say this is the best Deadpool movie. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's the best Deadpool movie. Yeah. I almost want to say but I'm gonna watch those first two again because I don't want to be a person in the moment. But just as right now, thinking like that, like, damn, that might be the best one. Like, if I was to recommend a Deadpool movie, that'd be the one I'd recommend. So yeah. So even though it has no plot, like I said, it doesn't need a plot, but you got Wolverine doing Wolverine shit, Deadpool doing Deadpool shit, and everybody else doing everything in between. Overall, I'm gonna give the movie my rating, 4.5 out of 5. Still a strong rating. That's why I couldn't get it. Why can't this just be the best Marvel movie ever made? I was like, because it is a empty movie. And you're not gonna have long, deep discussions and shit like that, like we did with Godzilla -1. This ain't that. So you're gonna all your conversations of Deadpool gonna be the exact same. You're gonna talk about the cameos, and that's as deep as the conversation is gonna go. And honestly, Eli, I guarantee you, about 2 weeks from now, you're gonna start seeing cracks in this movie. You're gonna start seeing people like, well, maybe the movie should have did this, maybe the movie should have did, but we're not talking about that now because we're all, on that natural high from the movie right now. So we're not gonna go there right now, but right now we're all in that mood, and I'm glad we're all in that mood. So yeah, that's what I got. So yeah, that's all I got from that. I guess we can move on to the next thing.
Okay.
You can join into this one, Eli, as best you can if you can.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna talk about. I'm trying to make sure I didn't leave off anything. Oh, there we go. We're gonna talk about Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con, Hall H, Marvel, which happened on Saturday, and they talked about 3 movies. Maybe I'm turning 3 or 4 movies. Okay, talked about Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, Captain America, whatever the fuck, and what was
First Steps.
Yeah, wait, Captain America First Steps. Who's first?
Oh steps? No, Fantastic Four First Steps.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, I get it. First Steps, mankind. Yeah, because in the comics they were the first ones to go to space. Now that didn't make any sense in if you do Fantastic Four in the 2020s, but in the 60s that plot made sense. But like I said, so this is going to be set in the 60s, but a futuristic alternate universe 60s. I guess that's what the plot's going to be. Like they literally stole a spaceship and went to space. I don't know how that shit's going to work, but let's see how wacky they get with those movies. So,
yeah, like I said, I saw the trailer got leaked online.
Okay, so tell me about this trailer because I didn't see it. I didn't see it at all.
It looks really goofy and campy.
Thank you. That's what I want. Yeah. Eli. I know everybody loved Deadpool, blood, titties, F-bombs and shit like that. Give me some goofy, wacky shit,
This looks like a 50s, sci-fi, Flash Gordon, Jetsons, that City of Tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
You already sold me on it.
Yeah. What's that movie? Tomorrowland or whatever?
With George Clooney? I didn't
with George Clooney. You never seen it? It's pretty cool. It's actually pretty cool. It's kind of like those futuristic, 50s sci-fi, when they thought the moon was made of cheese before we actually went to space,
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's like that. You got to see them just them being kind of like a Leave It to Beaver kind of family, like a Donner.
You really selling on the movie now. Okay.
Yeah, like it reminded me of that first episode of WandaVision, where it was like a 50s sitcom, a 50s comedy family sitcom. It looked like that. And then at the end, you saw Galactus's head.
Now I saw a screenshot. I saw a screenshot of that, and I was like, "Is this real?" Like, oh shit.
Yeah, that showed up at the end. So no, it looks like a lot of fun. It looks like it's going to be like a lot of fun. I didn't see the Silver Surfer though.
Oh shit! See, I was hyped until you said that, Eli. Nah.
Sorry, because I was like, are they going to show her? Are they going to show her? I was like, maybe they can save this. All our doubts. They can squash all our doubts if they just give us let's see how she looks, but they didn't show it. Instead, they gave us Galactus. So
because you said they show just Galactus' eye, like you see his eyes through a window or something like that, right?
Yeah. It's like a quick second shot right at the end. They're looking out a window. All of a sudden, you just see like a big head with the helmet, purple helmet and shit. You didn't see. I don't remember if Johnny turned into like flamed or anything, but there's a scene where there's like a dating show. Like a dating, shoot. They're all. What's that called? Those dating shows called where you pick your mystery. Game? Yeah, the dating game. Yeah, where Bachelor 1 or Bachelor 2, they're all in shadows. Mm-hmm. You see men, like these three dudes in shadows, but the one is obviously the thing, like all big and rocky. So like two normal looking dudes, but then the one shadow's all huge. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, there's Ben right there. And he's on a dating game and shit. Like I said, it looks like really goofy and campy,
Yeah, so all right, I'm sold on it. I'm waiting for this movie to come out. It's a hype movie, so yeah. And you know what? That's what I like about it, because like I said, whatever, regardless of you think about what Marvel's quality of movies have been, we can all objectively agree they've dropped the ball financially. These movies aren't making the money they had before, and it's scaring the shit out of them. So that's why these new movies coming up, they're like, okay, we got to come in guns blazing. We got to give the fans what they want. We got to give Deadpool and Wolverine, because we know that's going to make $1 billion. We got to put Galactus in a Fantastic Four movie, because we know that's going to hit. We can't do Mole Man. That's not going to make any money. So we got to go guns blazing,
As cool as that could be.
It could be, but they can't take chances anymore. That's the problem.
Yeah.
They took chances. They took chances with Shang-Chi. Y'all didn't like that. So that's done.
Had they had planned this, Mole Man could have showed up in a Black Panther movie, because the Namor, you know what I mean? But that's if they planned it like the first wave of films,
Right. But they didn't plan the shit out there, just cranking out shit and just throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks. That's pretty much what their business model was. And now it bit them in the ass. So now they're like, let's go back to the drawing board and just give the fans what we know is going to make money. If you throw Galactus in a movie, it's going to make money. If it's actually Galactus and not a cloud.
Yeah, not a fucking black hole or whatever.
Right. So, also, they did the Captain America First Steps. See, now you messed me up. What's the name of the movie again?
New World Order? Or no,
yeah,
Brave New World?
All of them movies. Yeah. All right. So, Giancarlo Esposito confirmed who he's playing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I heard.
Yeah. So, he's not playing G.W. Bridge like everybody thought he was. He's actually playing.
He ain't playing Jigsaw, damn it. No.
He ain't playing Sidewinder, the king of the Serpent Society. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't. Okay. Yeah. So,
yeah. Too bad he wasn't Dr. Doom, but okay.
No, because we didn't get him as Dr. Doom, but we did get Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom, which people have been this has been a rumor for like weeks now, Eli, already. But the thing is, like, I get so many rumors and shit like that. I know you get them all the time. Also, people tagging me and shit. Whatever. At the point, I ignore them. So when I saw this on Instagram that I saw Robert Downey Jr. is playing Dr. Doom, I ignored it. And I looked at the source of I like Marvel Studios. The fuck? So then I clicked on this to see what the hell was going on. They actually showed a picture of him standing on stage as Dr. Doom. And I was like, oh, crap. Okay. So now, that being said, the only Doom we acknowledge on this podcast is right here. So remember, in all caps, to spell the man's name. All right. So that being said, now, all right, Eli, how do you feel about it? Before I go in, how do you feel about this casting?
I'm a little conflicted. Okay. I was excited for Dr. Doom to be, we're getting a Fantastic Four movie, which means obviously we're getting Dr. Doom, especially if they were going to do Secret World. And I was hoping that we can get a really good actor. Not saying that Robert Downey Jr. is not a good actor. He's a great actor. We all know what he can do. It's just he's Iron Man.
Right. That's how we see him. We see him as Iron Man, right?
Yeah, he's Iron Man. He was great as Iron Man. He's iconic as Iron Man. He's the reason why the MCU existed. Had that first Iron Man movie not worked, we wouldn't have got this far. We wouldn't be doing this podcast. Had Iron Man not worked and then Robert Downey Jr. wasn't so great at it.
We would be doing this podcast, but it would be a Halo podcast.
Yeah.
That's all
yeah. So, I guess I would have liked to have seen someone else. Like, I associate Robert Downey Jr. as being the hero of the MCU.
Right.
So to bring him back as Dr. Doom and be a variant of Dr. Doom,
right?
Kind of undermines, I feel, Dr. Doom's character,
right?
So I guess that's where I am with that. And then it also feels like my first reaction when they revealed it, because I heard the rumors too. Mm-hmm. I was like, no way, I thought it was bullshit. But when they revealed them on stage, I'm like, holy shit. Disney's so mad at Jonathan Majors that they
I have a theory, Eli.
Yeah, that okay, Jonathan Majors fucked our shit up so bad. We better get back Robert Downey Jr. We better get the Russos back.
Because I told you, they're under the gun right now. They had so many flops, they can't take risk anymore.
Yeah. So okay, what works? So this is like
money.
Right. Yeah, like this is the Marvel's version of Rise of Skywalker. Let's just bring everybody back.
Right.
Let's give everybody what they want because we know that works. You know
what's fucked up? I seen the meme, Oscar Isaac. That meme. Somehow Robert Downey Jr. has returned.
Yeah, it's like let's just do that. Let's apologize. This is our apology.
Yeah, it's course correction. A little bit too much course correction, but it's definitely course correction.
Yeah, and then they're going to do Secret Wars, where they're going to go to Battle World, and then everybody's coming.
Everybody's showing up. Terrence Howard.
Everybody's coming back. So this is going to be Deadpool Wolverine on a Universal epic.
You can
level.
Finally get your Daniel Radcliffe Wolverine. You can finally get that.
Danny DeVito Wolverine.
Right. Oh man.
Yeah.
The thing is, Eli, I was talking to people at work because this dude is so big. People at my job and they don't know shit about this stuff anyway. So all they know is that I heard Robert Downey Jr. coming back. Yeah, but who the fuck is Dr. Doom? And in my mind, it's so weird. Like, how the fuck you don't know who Dr. Doom is? But I remember they don't absorb this shit like we do, so of course they don't know. But the thing is, this is what Marvel is doing right now because Robert Downey Jr. is bigger than Dr. Doom. So Dr. Doom may not sell this movie, but Robert Downey Jr. is playing whoever the fuck that's gonna sell the movie. That's being done. Every movie he's been in has done $1 billion with Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
So he's getting money. Not only that, and the Russos last 2 Avengers movies did $2 billion a piece. Not together, a piece. So this is easy money right here. You announce that stuff, put out there. So even people that having issues with Marvel and they're saying Marvel's dead, I'm out of Marvel, I don't fool with Marvel anymore. They hear this news, they're coming back. They're gonna check this out. Now, my thing about Robert Downey Jr. playing Dr. Doom. Now, do I think he can pull it off? Absolutely, I think he can pull it off. He's a great actor.
Oh,
think about this.
Yeah.
For 2 hours, he convinced me he was a black man. So he can pull off Dr. Doom. I'm gonna kill you, Eli. I'm just saying. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he can do. So obviously he can pull off. Dr. Doom.
Don't make me laugh, man.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. But the thing is, so we got this, but I don't. If they just turn Victor Von Doom, who's a sorcerer, wizard, king of his own country, and just turn into a wish version of Tony Stark, that's lazy, man. That's just lazy.
He's the opposite of Tony Stark.
Right.
Tony Stark's the scientist. He's the logical thing.
He's the magician, the wizard, all like that.
Yeah.
If anything, he's closer to Doctor Strange than Tony Stark.
Yeah.
That's why I was thinking, like, if they really want to bring in Dr. Doom, they could put him in Doctor Strange 3 or some shit, have them like team up, fight each other. You remember that, like, they went to hell to get Doom's mom and some shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
to fight Mephisto or whatever. They do that shit. So
remember when the Loki show first dropped, I said it should have been the Kang or Doctor Doom show. It should have been. You know what I mean?
Well, Kang did show up. So
yeah, Kang did show up, but yeah. No,
my Jonathan Majors theory. Okay, and I may have said this on the podcast, but I'm gonna say it again. Okay, my thing about this with Jonathan Majors, I think what actually did Jonathan Majors in was Ant-Man 3. That's what did him in. When Ant-Man 3 flopped, I think that's what scared Marvel. They realized, okay, I think they blame Ant-Man 3 on him, Jonathan Majors. They were like, okay, he don't pop like we thought he did. Now, he's not bad. He's a good actor and a good character, but he didn't pop. We want him to be the next Thanos. He ain't hitting like the next Thanos.
Well, it's because they were putting him in all the wrong shit. Why you put him on the
Ant-Man, right?
Yeah, why you got him in Ant-Man? Why? Yeah.
Right. And then Ant-Man beating his ass. So like, okay, so why would I care if the rest of the Avengers fight, Ant-Man can fight it by himself? So, but since that movie flopped, they blame Jonathan Majors. And I think when all that bullshit happened with Jonathan Majors, I think Marvel looked at that as their way out. They're like, cool, we can get out of this Kang shit and we can bring in a bigger, badder villain with a better actor in and do this shit. That's why they didn't just like recast Kang or get another dude in there. They're like, no, fuck Kang. Get Kang out of here. People already complain about this shit. Get him out of here and get in a bigger, better villain. So that's why you went and got Robert Downey, because you can go get Cillian Murphy and play Dr. Doom and shit like that. Is it gonna put butts in the seats? I don't think so. Robert Downey Jr. will.
Yeah.
So I don't like the decision, but this is what happens when you let the bean counters, the algorithm, and Twitter run your movie studio. This is what happens.
Yeah, no
bring in the Russos.
Yes.
Bring in Robert Downey Jr. Bring in Dr. Doom. Bring in all this shit. So
yeah, you social media, it influences the movie making business.
Right. It's exactly what it's doing. So my thing is this, like, now, let's say he's not playing a variant. Let's say he's actually playing Victor Von Doom. Okay. Let's say he's playing Victor Von Doom. So are the Avengers just gonna look at him like, okay, let's fight Doom, and he takes his mask off and they just pretend like they don't recognize him and just fight anyway? Or and that's gonna be confusing for the audience. They're like, wait a minute, is that Tony Stark? Like, even they're not gonna separate themselves from that. Now, I mean, because Marvel has had actors play different roles before. They've actually done that plenty of times. But it's going to be hard for people to disassociate themselves. Like, okay, he's not playing Tony Stark. He's playing a different guy. I think that's too much.
You know what could work, though?
What's that?
Is if he doesn't even take off the mask.
That will work. That will definitely work if he don't take off the mask.
He's just fucking Vader.
Right. He's just Vader. And if he if he does take off the mask, his face all fucked up and shit.
And he's just you just hear that voice. You know, I mean, he can still act. I mean, that's the thing. Robert Downey Jr. is such a good actor. His mannerisms, his body language. He's he's a physical actor. You know, he could do that. He could probably pull it off, and I bet you he'd be up for that challenge too.
Right, like
don't watch him get nominated for an Oscar
for a Marvel movie, Dr. Doom.
I mean, now I'm getting excited.
Now, and let me say, if they do that, Eli, if they do that, I'm on board. That is a strong if. Because I feel like Rob Downey Jr. is going to want to show off the moneymaker. He wants everybody to know it's him. Marvel is going to be because they want to be no. Let's just make him evil Tony Stark. Like a what if version if he just takes over the world? Basically, Injustice. They're doing Injustice. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Just so, and my thing is this, Eli. I'm so sick of the fucking internet because every time Marvel does weird shit like this, they go dig up some obscure comic nobody ever heard of that they never read. They Google and like, well, it happened in the comics. No, the fuck it didn't. Prime example. I'll show you this comic. People say, see, it happened in the comics. Tony Stark became Dr. No, this is a what if comic. Nobody gives a fuck about what if comics. They are throwaway comics. They've all been there. Shovelware. That's what they are. This is a one-shot thing where they just did some bullshit that nobody cares about. So don't bring that he did that because you want to talk about that. Fine. Let's make Aunt May Punisher. Let's just do that shit. That's a comic,
Yeah.
Or better yet, let's do Miles Morales' Thor. That's a comic by Odin Spade. Let's have
played by Drake.
Played by Drake, right? Let's do that. That's comic.
He'll be rapping and shit. Have him write his own rhymes and shit.
Oh man, now I remember how much I hated that comic.
That was not our review of that. Was not one of our best moments.
It was not one of our best ones. All right, or I hate it when they bring this shit up, man. Talk about this. See, Dr. Doom. No, the fuck he didn't.
I actually read that first issue and
we reviewed this.
Yeah,
on this
did
podcast.
we?
Yes.
Yeah, or when Ogar was still. It was a long time ago.
We reviewed this shit. Yes, we reviewed this comic. So let me explain this comic to people. Dr. Doom did not take over Tony Stark's body in this comic. None of that shit ever happened. What happened was he wanted to be a good guy for a little while. He was inspired by Tony Stark, so he took one of his own armors, his Doom armors, and modified it to kind of look like an Iron Man suit, and just flew around. Matter of fact, he didn't even call himself Iron Man. He called himself Dr. Doom, but he was just a good guy, just beating up bad guys. So that was he was still Dr. Doom. He wasn't Tony Stark, wasn't Robert Downey Jr. He was Victor Von Doom, trying to be a good guy. It lasted for like 12 issues.
In an Iron Man suit, yeah.
In an Iron Man suit. He said, fuck this, is bad. This good guy shit, it sucks. And
right before Bendis went to DC and wrote Superman.
Right before Bendis, he goes, Bendis wrote that shit.
Created Leroy's favorite character, Rogol Zar, or whatever.
Man, now that's a blast for the past.
Yeah, that was back. Yeah, we just talked about this a couple weeks ago about how 2015 era Marvel wasn't that cool.
And see, they're stuck in the rut right now, Eli, because they were adapting all this 2015 shit and they can't get out of it. I hate to say it, the Sam Wilson thing, that was 2015. Riri was 2015.
Yeah.
Jane Foster Thor was 2015.
Mm-hmm.
The Doctor Doom, this shit was 2015.
All they're missing is Amadeus Cho. Yeah.
Totally Awesome Hulk. That was so bad they didn't even try to adapt that. They just said fuck it.
Yeah, Nazi Cap. Like,
and Nazi Cap was the only one that was like, well, hold on, let him cook. Let's see what we got.
And then half the internet was, wait, he's not really a Nazi.
You're right.
Hydras weren't really Nazi.
Right.
Remember those great discussions.
Right. They're like, oh shit. Okay. So I'm trying to think what else. So that's my thing about that. So it could work, but I feel like Marvel's gonna shit the bed. I feel like Marvel's gonna take the easy way out because they've already taken the easy way out. This very much could work if they do it the right way, but it's too easy for them to just turn him into evil Tony Stark from a different universe. They want to stick with the multiverse.
Well, here's my thing.
Yeah.
And this is like, we're talking Secret Wars.
Yeah.
Now, if they're trying to do Jonathan Hickman's version of that.
Well, see, they have so many different versions.
That's the thing. Hickman's version, it's like when we talked about Flashpoint.
Right.
Like that is so big of an event that it requires more than just one movie. It demands more than just one movie. No, that's what I'm saying. So for them to adapt, Secret Wars, they need to get their ass moving. So I'm thinking like, okay, if this first Fantastic Four is like the start of it, maybe this could be the trilogy. Fantastic Four, what's that, Doomsday or whatever, then Secret Wars. Like maybe that gives them time, and it is the Russos. They are better storytellers. Mm-hmm. That gives them time to build towards Secret Wars. But then Secret Wars, they might just do 85 version where it is just going to be a battle royale, and maybe they're not going to do that. But it seemed like that they were in the multiverse of madness. They were referring to the incursion.
Yeah, and then they dropped this storyline like they haven't heard anything about it.
Yeah, like that's what they were building for, because that's Hickman's Secret Wars was the incursion, and that was. See, that's the thing, is like you need to really build that story to make it work, because Secret Wars is such. I compare Secret Wars to Kingdom Come,
right?
Because it sort of paints superhero comic book stories as new mythology,
right?
Like these are the new gods. You know what I'm saying?
And before you even got to Secret Wars, they had this whole Avengers. They had two Avengers books, leading up to that shit
for like what, 4 years or something.
Yes, 4 years where everybody was dying and blowing left and right, and then Doctor Doom and Doctor Strange had to fight the Beyonders with Molecule Man. It was like insane shit happening,
and then you got to the event of Secret Wars,
right? You had to do all that shit first before you got there. Otherwise, you wouldn't know what the hell was going on.
Yeah. So to have Secret Wars in one movie, Well, my thing is they're probably I assume they're gonna break it into two the way the way Infinity Gauntlet was broken into two movies. You had Infinity War, then Endgame. You ended with the snap in one movie, and then you resolved everything in the second. Maybe Doomsday, they have the incursion.
Yeah, because they still got to deal with that some kind of way. So
yeah, maybe that's my theory. Is like Doom is gonna the incursion will happen in Doom.
Yeah, and like then, the multiverse is imploding on each other.
Yeah, and they tried the whole movie. They're trying to stop it. The Illuminati's trying to stop it, but boom, they fail. Existence gets fucked. All hope lies in Doom, and he creates Battleworld.
Right.
And then we go into Secret Wars, and then we have the third movie where what happened? Like Black Panther got the gauntlet at the end, didn't he?
Yeah, but because this shit was so fucking crazy because Doctor Strange got killed, left the Infinity Gauntlet for Black Panther. Black Panther had to go to Zombie World, the zombie Marvel, control them, sent them after Doctor Doom. This shit was so fucking wild, man.
Yeah, like who was that one book where fucking Steve Rogers was like a barbarian riding Devil Dinosaur through the land of the Hulks?
Yeah, land of Hulk, World War Hulk, some shit like
that. Yeah,
Hulk
World.
yeah,
that was So I think that's what Secret Wars will be, a watered down version of that event.
Yeah. I'm seriously thinking we should review Secret Wars on here. Not now, not in the future, not anytime soon.
Just the event.
Just the event. No crossovers, no one more day, all that bullshit. No, just the main event. No, not even the previous Avengers shit. Just
I was like, we're not reading because I never read all of the Hickman's Avengers.
I read all of them. Whoa, man. It's two Avengers books in that shit. So you got the
like Fantastic Four. You had Fantastic Four and Future Force or what are they called? Future Foundation?
Future Foundation, yeah, that shit too. Yeah.
Yeah. Those are like two books he was doing that crossed over to, and that kills our chances of Hickman's Fantastic Four event.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they'll mix some shit in there with it. I don't know, man. I was feeling pretty good about it. And honestly, Eli, they might be able to pull it off. They might be able to pull it off if they keep their head on straight and don't take the easy way out.
If they establish.
Yes.
Because who the fuck are the Avengers now? Who's left?
Falcon, She-Hulk, Miss Marvel, Hawkeye, not the good Hawkeye, the other Hawkeye.
Yeah, like who? Like here comes the Avengers. Like who the fuck is left? One of them, the main guy, is now the bad guy. Like, it ain't like Iron Man's gonna show up,
right?
So yeah, they're gonna have to establish Fantastic Four as the new team going in,
like the main team. Yeah, and they already said that the Fantastic Four is going to be in both movies. So like Doomsday and
they got, especially in Secret Wars,
because it's a big part about that. Because like that's the thing. Like Dr. Doom and Mr. Fantastic have this huge rivalry going on, like one of the biggest rivalry in comics. So they Doom just fights everybody just willy-nilly. No, he hates Reed Richards, specifically him.
And they can't kill Johnny right away. I mean, they're only doing how many more? Because Johnny like the son in Battle.
Yeah, he's gonna fuck you, but he takes Stu as his own wife.
Yeah,
in that shit. Yeah.
Oh man. Well, we'll see. We'll see what they do. But hey, they got our attention.
They got, and that's the thing. What they wanted, they just want us to have our attention doing hallways. They did what they wanted to do and got us talking about it. So that's it. So I guess they're like, we'll figure the rest out as we go along because they haven't written a script yet. We don't even know who writing this shit. Hello.
Oh, he's from Kingston, Jamaica. Hey,
Kingston, Jamaica. Shout out to you. My name is Usain Allen. Okay.
Hey,
hope y'all.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, hope y'all do good in the Olympics.
Yeah.
So, Eli, that's all I got. If you want to do comics, I can't. I got nothing.
I didn't finish this Ninja Turtle book, so
yeah, we'll get to it.
But I want to mention I also saw the trailer for that Hellboy movie.
Is there a trailer? I didn't know there was a trailer for that.
The new Hellboy movie, and
that comes out this year, right?
I don't know, but it looks pretty fucking dope. Like it looks like a straight up horror movie. Like they're doing the Crooked Man comic, which I've read before, and it's like an Appalachian horror with witches and shit and demons and shit. It looks really cool. I just don't know about this new guy playing Hellboy. He's barely in the trailer.
Yeah.
And it sounded like, and I could be mistaken. Remember, I was sick. I'm sick, and I had a fever, and who knows? I could have hurt my high fever. Maybe one of my ears wasn't working or something. But it kind of sounded like he had a Cockney accent.
Okay.
And I'm like, wait a second. Hellboy ain't like
right.
British.
So where'd that come from?
Yeah, like the BPRD was like in like Connecticut or some shit. Yeah, like Hellboy's always been like a blue collar guy. You know what I mean? Like a blue collar working class dude. So to hear him be sort of like a Cockney British dude, I don't know. It kind of like I was taken back by it, but other than that, the movie looked really cool. Like the horror elements, it looks like a straight up horror flick, so I'm excited to see that.
I remember hearing about it coming out this year,
Yeah. And it looked pretty cool. So I just, I got to see more of this guy who's playing Hellboy.
Do you know his name? Have you seen anything else?
No, I don't even know the guy's name, but yeah. I want to, and he barely says anything. He's barely in the trailer. It just looks like a straight up like weird Appalachian horror flick, and then Hellboy just happens to be in it a couple times. But yeah, I don't know. I just thought, I was like, wow, that actually looks pretty cool. Because I'm a Hellboy fan. I love Hellboy. I've read a bunch of the comics. I love Guillermo del Toro's movies. I'm bummed that he never got to finish his trilogy. I even like that one with David Harbour, that came out.
You did like that one. I remember you talking about that.
Yeah, one. It was, it was. I get it. It was kind of cheesy and campy, but for what it was, I did enjoy it. So, so yeah, I was pleasantly surprised that how good this new Hellboy actually looks. So I'm pretty stoked for the new Hellboy. So.
Okay. Bloodwind or Superman? Superman. Bloodwind got the shit beat down by Doomsday. Oh, yeah. Thanks for listening. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anything else you got or?
No, that's about it. Is all as far. I mean, I saw like the Aliens panel. I saw the new Terrifier 3 panel. Or not the panel, the new trailer for Terrifier 3. What else?
Is that coming out this year?
Yeah, that's coming out this October. Oh, did you see the drone show? The Marvel drone
with
Galactus and yeah.
Everybody tagged me in that. Like y'all have to all tag me at the same time.
Oh, the Penguin. The new trailer for the Penguin.
The Penguin.
Yeah.
I didn't even see a trailer. I saw a clip.
Oh, I saw a new trailer.
They showed Sophia Capone. Okay.
Yeah.
What are they named?
She's coming out of she's coming out of Arkham.
She's coming out of Arkham,
yeah. No, it looks cool. It looks like, like a darker Sopranos.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm all for that. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm stoked for that. So.
Doomsday kills Superman. I respect that. Yeah. Superman killed him too though. All right. So both got better, so it don't matter. All right. Yeah. So that's all I got. You know what? Eli, the intro of that was me playing that. So I like that so much. I'm gonna do it again.
Okay.
Cause that combo was hard as hell to do that. So yeah, this is what you call a TOD. A TOD means touch of death. So yeah. So I just did that because I wanted to do like a Deadpool combo, throw in some X-23 on there. This is Ultimate Capcom 3, y'all. And I'm gonna find a Doom combo on there somewhere. So yeah. So if you do this combo, they're dead. That's it. They don't come back from that. So yeah. I just want to show that one combo. So but yeah, anything else you got? We got a lot of folks here. I think we had 200 already.
I mean, I didn't finish this. Like I said, I apologize for being sick this week. I was like, I had the flu really bad. I was like sleeping for like 3 days. So I didn't really get to read or watch anything. I didn't get to see Deadpool. I didn't get to read any of the new comics. I just picked up the Jason Aaron Ninja Turtles. That was what I've been waiting for. I didn't get to really read it yet. I just kind of skipped through it, and it looks pretty cool. It shows Raphael in prison. It's just a Raphael-centric book where he's in prison.
Like he's in general population? Or?
Yeah, and he seems to be undercover somehow or trying to uncover something. Don't know the details. But it has his inner voice. It's still got that old school,
Eastman,
Mirage Studio days where they were sort of like, channeling the Frank Miller Daredevil shit, that the gritty inner city voice narration and shit, So that's what it is. It's Raphael in prison narrating shit, and getting in fights with inmates. At some point, ninjas show up on the prison roof, so there's ninja fights. I didn't get to read it, but it looks really cool. I'm excited to read it though. So sorry, yeah, like I said, I apologize, especially to Mob Boss, because he's Mob Boss. Shout out to Mob Boss. He's gonna want to hear reviews. I didn't read anything. Sorry, man. I was sick.
And I read Black Panther 6, Ultimate Black Panther 6.
Okay.
Nothing
hasn't happened.
So, yeah.
The Khonshu's crew or whatever.
Khonshu fucking up shit. Black Panther pontificating on what he should do and that bullshit. Whatever.
Okay.
That's all I got. I got nothing else. Eli, we got enough show. We got enough show as it is.
Cool, man. Hey.
All right. So, like I said, if you listen this long, different, like, share, subscribe. Check it out next week. Wait, is Rebel Moon next week? I think Rebel Moon's next week. If not next week, is we got the next week.
Okay.
The Snyder Cut, So I got to watch all 6 hours of that, and then I report on that. So until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
We'll talk to you guys next week. Same bullet time, same bullet channel. And until then, die 1,000 deaths. KO.